I plan on doing a lot of double days for 14. 13 kind of got the short end of the stick because we had so many events going on the last couple of days, or last couple of months. Which is fine. Doesn't bother me at all. But for 14, I think we will have a lot more opportunity for double days. I think that'll help it not be as long, like, month by month wise. There'll still be a lot of episodes, but the actual amount of time it'll take will be actually shorter. Yeah, that's what everyone says, and I know that's why I very much plan on playing some of the expansions after Fantathon. It was the same with 11 too, and like I'm totally fine with everyone saying like the game gets good once the expansions start. But to say, like, I'm not even playing the game unless I play the expansions is just not a reasonable, like, because you have to make a good game or else no one's going to ever get to the expansions, you know? Like, a lot of my criticism for 11 was that you have to play the game, back then you had to play the game for like 500 hours to get to the DLC. Nowadays you got to play it for like 60 hours to get to the DLC. And if it's a complete boring slog for that entire 60 hours, I really don't see how the DLC, no matter how good it is, that doesn't mean that, like, I haven't truly experienced the game unless I play the DLC. Like, no, I experienced the game, and it's bad. Not the knock on 11, because I did like 11 more than I thought I would, but, you know. Too many people say, like, well, if you don't play the DLC, then you can't even review the game. It's like, no, I can. It's bad. Like, if it can't grab you within the first 60 hours, it's bad. Doesn't matter how good the DLC is. That's not how video games work. Unless you can play the DLC separately, like if we're talking, like, Infamous Second Son, where you can, like, play the DLC as its own game, then sure. But you cannot play the DLC for 11 until you've played, like learned how to play the game and slog through the general game. You can play it a bit earlier than, like, you don't have to complete the entire early story to start the DLC, but you know what I mean? Like, you have to play the game first. So it's, like, crazy to say that none of that counts. And at the end of the day, it's still DLC. It's still something you have to pay for, so it's its own separate entity. Although with MOBAs, it's a bit, or MMOs, it's a bit different. But. I just worry that too many people are going to get frustrated with the fact that I'm only playing the original part of Final Fantasy XIV. But A, Fantathon is about the original release, and B, I'm going to play the DLC afterwards, and that will affect my opinion of the game, you know? So don't worry. I'm not going to be like, only play the start of 14 and then say it sucks, and then every time someone asks me, I'm going to be like, yeah, it sucks. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I will play the DLC, and it will affect my general opinion of the game. But it's just in terms of Fantathon, I'm going to talk about what I see for the first 100 hours, and I think that's pretty valid. Like, it's just crazy to think that you would play 100 hours of a game and someone would say, yeah, you haven't started yet, so I don't want to hear your opinion. Like, that's just insanity, even for an MMO. That's just not how it works, dude. If I'm going to input that much time into something, it better be good by, like, the 20th hour. Or else it's just not a good game. I don't expect that to be the case with 14. I think it'll be fun all the way through, but just saying. If I hear takes like that, I'm going to be like, listen, that's not how it works. This equipment is pretty crazy good.
You're mine.
Uh-oh. The bay into other attacks is so brutal. That's not gonna make it. I can't tell if I made it or not.
Change of plans.
Like, is it that hard to ask for a game to be fun all the way through? Or at least within the first 10 hours? Like, is that not... Is that like a hot take in today's gaming world? Is it a hot take to want to have fun within 20 hours of a game? Like, that just seems insane to me. That you wouldn't think that.
Here we go.
Especially in today's world. It should be even more apparent in today's world because people have so many games to play and have the attention span of a gnat. Most AAA games are like, oh my god, we better put the best part at the start or else no one's going to play this. Meanwhile, MMOs are like, yeah, we can just not do anything for the first 50 hours and our fan base will just yell at anyone that hasn't put 60 hours in the game yet.
Serious.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just wild to me. And, like, that's not even mentioning the fact that this is Final Fantasy. You know? This is a series that should be gripping within the first few moments. And instead, 11 was literally
Right here.
Snorefest, story-wise. For the first 80 hours, just literally nothing happened.
All right.
And I'm supposed to be like, yeah, but the DLC, the story gets good. Like, it doesn't matter. You know? It just doesn't, it really doesn't matter how good. The DLC could be the greatest story ever told. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Change of plans. Eat this.
But what I've found to be the case with at least MMOs is that people just have too much attachment to them. Like, they just... MMOs are such a special type of game. A lot of times you meet your best friends through MMOs. Sometimes you meet your wife through MMOs. You know, you grow up with them. They're like a big part of your life and community for like years. It's not like a Final Fantasy XVI where you play it for 2 weeks and then maybe you revisit it someday or listen to the music outside the game or whatever. Like, these games are like your life for multiple years in some cases, right? So it's just so important to people that the second you say anything negative, they have to be extremely defensive of it. It's just like anything else. It's just like anything else. When you're really passionate about something, you just tend to be really toxic about it. We just have to try to calm that down and be like, listen, I didn't grow up with this game. I didn't play it. I haven't played it for 300 hours. So I don't have as much of a connection with it that you do. You know? You should respect that. And at the same time, we need to respect those people and be like, I know you played this game for 1,000 hours and you met your significant other through it and it got you through the toughest times of your life, so like I can understand why you're so connected to it. And I'm not trying to lower the importance of it or anything to you. It's just not, it's not that deep for me, you know? And maybe it will be someday, you know? Maybe someday it will be a game that I put 1,000 hours into and I love in the same way that I love, like, Call of Duty Zombies or Final Fantasy VII or Epipar or Celeste. But you gotta start somewhere. I can't boot up the game and be like, you know, incredibly emotionally attached to it. It comes with time. So hopefully people can see that, and if not, then that do be what it do, Yugi, you know? How's my ABL? I mean, I say that I'm not much of an MMO player, but I genuinely enjoyed 11. I really did. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Is this the happy turtle? So I'm kind of excited for 14, and I remember enjoying the demo for 14 too, so it's not like I'm worried about disliking it right now. But yeah, like, I enjoyed 11 more than I thought I would. There were definitely parts where I was like, this isn't really my thing. And especially the story I was very sad about. Like, it really frustrated me how bad the story was, even for an MMO. I mean, I was more interested in the World of Warcraft story when I played it for like 5 hours than the frickin' Final Fantasy XI story, which is just insane to think. How am I alive? Save me! Oh man, I almost lived that. I had like 5,700 health and did 6,000 damage. Like, I get that it's an MMO, and I get that they were experimenting, but they shouldn't have called it Final Fantasy XI. If the story is literally nothing, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not Final Fantasy XI. You know. I made the argument back then that it shouldn't be called Final Fantasy XI. And then I thought to myself, you know what? If it has a story that fits within Final Fantasy, and it gives me the same feeling as Final Fantasy, but it just happens to be an MMO, then sure, it could be Final Fantasy XI. And then I played it, and I was like, nope, this isn't Final Fantasy XI. Not by a long shot. This is just typical MMO. I mean, it's so typical MMO, it's insane. I mean, it's just exactly what you would expect out of an old-style MMO. That's just what it is. And that's what they wanted to make. They wanted to make a typical MMO, but they wanted to call it Final Fantasy so people would buy it. Like, I get the idea. I get why it's called that. Not dead. Man, I am so tanky in Turtle now. I think it's because we leveled up our Sentinel levels. Man, I just take 0 damage in Turtle. You worry that I'll dislike 14 because it's too easy? Let me stop you right there. I don't think I'll dislike it for being too easy. I suck at MMOs. I'm not good at MMOs. I think we'll be alright. It's gonna work out. I mean, I know that 14 is more of an action-y MMO, so I'll probably fit into it a bit better, but I don't think I'll be cruising through it. Maybe, though. I heard that the early game is a lot easier now than it used to be. Because they kind of want people to get to endgame faster, kind of similar to what they did with 11. Man, this guy's health is just insane. Yeah, I mean, I kind of expect... I kind of expect, like... the main game to be easier because they want people to get to post game and then have a lot more challenging stuff post game. I mean, that's kind of the MMO way. If you look at something like World of Warcraft, it's like, from what I've heard, literal easy mode so that everyone can get to rating. But I don't know. I guess I don't look for that much challenge when it comes to MMOs. I don't think I need MMOs to be difficult.
Here we go.
I think that the fun isn't really in the difficulty. When I play something like an action game, like when I play God of War or something, that's the type of game I want challenge. Devil May Cry, I want some challenge. Final Fantasy, I kind of want at least some strategy to be needed, and then I want the challenge post-game, you know? But in terms of MMOs, like, I don't really think a lot of the fun comes from challenge. Or at least that's not the main focus. I don't think most people play MMOs because they want a challenge. I think they play it for the community and the grinding and the... community and the grinding. I think that's it. I think it's those two mostly, honestly.
Here we go. Don't want to lose, do ya?
And raiding. Which I guess that is challenge, for sure. I know a lot of people play MMOs like just to raid. And I think that is part of that is the challenge of raiding, yeah. That is true.
Time for a change.
No, 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 no.
Don't want to lose, do ya?
That was close.
Get with the program. Here we go. Don't get invisible.
Thought he was doing something. Doesn't seem like he can really attack when he's staggered. He gets canceled a lot. He can do a stomp, that's like it. So yeah. Alright, we did it. We're gonna get like nothing for it because I don't have my accessories, but that's 60k on its own, wow. Alright, we did it. We beat a small turtle. Now I'm gonna give a big turtle one attempt, and if it just gets if we get absolutely deleted, then see you next week. So I kind of have a feeling that's what's gonna happen because that guy wasn't necessarily easy. The more I think about it, the more I feel like, how did anyone play Final Fantasy XI when it first came out? Like, it really must have just been so community driven. And from the people I've talked to, it seems like it was really like the community versus the game. Like, the game was so unplayable, but because it was unplayable for everyone, that made everyone need to work together, which they've said that's what they did. They said that's literally what their plan was to make the game so unplayable that you had to play with friends. They've literally said that in interviews. So, like, the game was so unplayable that the community just had to come together to, like, learn how to play the game. Yeah, kind of similar to zombies, but in terms of doing the Easter eggs. But, man, it's just like the game is so slow. Like, you just do not get to do anything for the first 40 hours. The first 40 hours is you literally learning how to do your class. Like, just getting the skills required to even make your class do what it's supposed to do. And on top of that, the story is nothing. So you just kind of have not, like, you just have the community, and that's like it. The game is really giving you nothing for so long. Yeah, and my first 40 hours is the grind to like 30, but back in the day, that was just to get to 15. That was just to get out of the original area. You know, it's like crazy. Just to get out of the first town and go, like, adventure and do something was 60 hours. It's insane.
Don't sweat it. Don't want to lose, do ya?
How about the turtle, like, every attack?
Predictable.
Alright, can we... Okay, percentage is still going up fast. No. Left leg. Left leg only.
Back under your rock. Over here. Don't want to lose, do ya? Don't get predictable.
I don't think I can... Well, I could try. I'm gonna try high winding here. Just see what it does. Okay. Well, we're gaming. We are video gaming. I think his percentage to stagger is higher, isn't it? I don't think it was 700 before. Do something. Oh my god, that damage.
It'll be okay. Thanks.
I want to stagger this real quick. Now we can...
Keep it together. Thanks. Not a problem.
I don't think we're gonna get this leg dead in time. Maybe... Oh my god! Oh. So close. The longer you play 14, the more you can delay 15. Keep talking. Talk dirty to me. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Because this is... Depending on what kind of damage we can do, That's gonna kind of determine if this fight is even doable. Oh man, we poisoned him too, that's huge. I don't think the other one could be poisoned. Doing a lot less damage. We're doing a lot less damage. We're doing like 20,000 instead of max. So, I mean... Wow, he stays down forever. Crazy. Why is he staying down for so long? This whole stagger bar went. He's still down. He's gonna do something bad. Okay, no, he's just gonna stop. Do something. Do something. That's something, alright. He did something. Dude, lightning's got him all the way up to 300% without his legs being down. What the heck? He's just going ham.
Don't want to lose, do ya?
That should be enough. I'm gonna wait for an attack. That was not enough. Holy cow. For sure that would go better. Maybe because I didn't have my buff.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Time for a change.
I like that noise he just made.
Don't want to lose, do ya?
don't know, man. The big turtle's just a lot nicer. The small turtles spammed Quake and Ultima.
Time for a change.
I don't think we have enough time. But try.
Thanks. Don't get predictable.
I don't think I can kill it here. Oh, I can.
Time for a change.
Okay, lightning needs haste. Probably it.
Don't want to lose, do ya? I gotta do everything?
I feel like I should do this, so maybe the stagger bar lasts longer. Instead of just try disaster. Fortunately, I have to do this real quick. Oh, this is massive damage. Oh, I lost my haste too. Oh,
Don't get predictable.
figured that was coming. And the Ultima as well.
Don't sweat it. Appreciate it.
We survived though. I was ready for it. I knew it was coming.
You're asking for it. It'll be okay.
What's the limitation on items in 13? They suck. Kind of the only limitation. They're just not very good. Phoenix Downs are kind of nuts. They revive you with like half your health. But other than that, that almost one-shot me.
Time for a change.
Kind of just not great. Okay, starting to get a little crazier. Just casting Ultima randomly. We need to put the kibosh on that.
Don't get predictable.
Don't like not having protect. I really like the final hunt. I remember him being really fun. The turtles are also pretty memorable, but they're not exactly like the funnest fights. This one's pretty fun. There's a lot going on with this. This is a well-made fight. Oh!
Over here.
Because I think Fang actually would have survived with 1 health, but yeah. I panicked. I panicked big time. I was like, what will save me here? And then I was like, oh, I have 3. I have 3 TP, go. I don't want Veil.
Don't want to lose, do ya?
Alright, well. First try. I actually went into the menu to renew, and then I realized I had 3. So I summoned instead. Alright, well. Because we beat that, I was gonna say if he killed us, we're done for the day. But since we beat that, I think we just go for the gold. Where am I at? See what happens. Do we have one thing standing in our way? Do we need another day to get strong enough to beat it? Or can we beat it right now and finish this playthrough? Where's the actual stone? Isn't it in Oerba? Pretty sure it's... yeah. Wait. Really? That seems weird. Meet me. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a walk, I think. But that's alright. We're going a little overtime. We gotta try. Can't end now. We gotta try. We're so close. That's gonna kill her. We're about to find out. We're about to find out if this is the finale. You love the Oerba music? I forget what it is. Wait, so it's here? I don't see a stone. Oh yeah, this song. Yeah, jam. Not sure this is correct. I feel like I'm going backwards, not forwards. Isn't this where the orb? Isn't this where the orb takes us? I don't think this is the Rust-Eaten Bridge. Which way is the bridge? Handy dandy map. They have a little section about power leveling. Ah, I see. That's kind of what I figured, but the map isn't... The map in the game isn't obvious, but there's an exit here. That's what I thought, but the map is weird. It doesn't show all the exits. Yo, what's up, Zycros? Ow. You ready for the finale of the marathon today? Maybe a double finale. We're about to find out. Don't do it. Whoa. Whoa. Why so early? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, we're not finishing Hollow Month. But the marathon, we only have 2 maps left. And I should be able to finish them both today. Monday and Tuesday we'll do some bonus runs. And other things. In terms of the challenge, I should be able to complete it today. Ow. See you, ABL. Thanks for stopping by. Beat Final Fantasy XVI. Nice, you can watch my review now. What'd you think of it? Didn't like the ending? I liked the ending, but I did have my issues with it. But it's not like I hated the ending or anything. What's that? Oh. Sound like IGN. This is just a dead end, isn't it? Too much water, 9 out of 10. We're good. That's where we go. Yeah, the map, like, see how now it's there? Like, it's kind of weird. I don't know why they do it that way. Oh yeah, for sure. I think you'll agree with a lot of what I say in the review. Hearing what you're saying about it now. Other than the ending, so I don't really talk much about the ending. It's, no spoiler review, pretty much. Me and you have had a similar game IQ for a while. Yeah, I agree. Trash. Trash IQ. I feel like, at least in terms of newer games, we tend to have the exact same opinion. Not exact same, but pretty similar opinions. Wasn't this the one in the cutscene? So the one in the cutscene is actually the final one. That's interesting. Bane, Lord of the Undying, lives on, but how? I smote the fiend's ruin so long ago, it seems an eternity, yet it was my focus then as it is now. And at his end I turned to crystal, but some unearthly power quickened his lifeless corpse again, even as I dreamt. No matter, I know where he lurks, in the Hadrian Archipolis, where doom he did herald. There do I go to bury the beast as many times as I must. I believe I remember where that is. It's the big teardrop crystal thing. Stranger of Paradise kind of makes me sad. It makes me very sad, actually. Me and Livestream had some talks about Stranger of Paradise. It's like one of the most wastes of potential games in a while, I feel. It's not to say it's like necessarily bad, it's just could have been so much better. I mean, come on. The concept of having a reimagining of all the Final Fantasies, but as Neo-like action games. Like, that's honestly really dope. But then they didn't really take it that way at all. It's almost like they looked at Neo and they were like, let's make Final Fantasy an action game. And then they were like, what's the first thing about action games that people like? And they're like, I know, trash stories. Even though Neo had a great story. Like, from all the things you could have taken from Neo, you could have taken the story. Then you're like, alright, story, let's get rid of that. First things first, story, gotta go.
Wide open. Hey, you!
And let's put in, like, the most super obvious cheese to cheese your levels. Even though most of the fun of Neo is slowly getting stronger.
That wasn't scary at all.
Let's just put in a super obvious cheese that'll let everyone cheese up to level 600. I don't know, man. It's so many odd decisions in Stranger of Paradise. I just wish we could decide if a game should have a story or not. Like, just make a Neo-inspired action game. That's fine. Just don't even put in a story. Just be like, the story is you're the Warriors of Light from original Final Fantasy and you fight demons. That's the whole story. Like, that would be fine. It doesn't have to have a super complex story. Or give it a complex story, like all Final Fantasies. You're calling it Final Fantasy, so give it a Final Fantasy level story. But why... We always go in expecting a Final Fantasy caliber story, and then we get Jack yelling chaos every other word. How's it going, Lambo? It's a staple of Final Fantasy games to have a story, I agree. But at least if I went in knowing there was no story, then I wouldn't be disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, if I knew from the beginning, it's like, alright, there's just no story. Like, this is just an action game. Then, you know, I could live with that.
Stay focused.
It's not a Final Fantasy game, but it has Final Fantasy in the title. That's... You know, you have to go in with some sort of inkling of this is a Final Fantasy game if it has Final Fantasy in the title. First Soldier had Final Fantasy in the title. First Soldier has story, apparently. They put it in Ever Crisis. It has a story. Again, like, First Soldier shouldn't have had a story. Call it Final Fantasy because that's what it is, but just don't give it a story. Just be like, it's a battle royale. Just there's no story. But instead they like try to put in a story. It's like, stop. I can get along with just saying, okay, it's a battle royale. No story, great. But instead it's like, alright, listen up. We're gonna put in a story, it's gonna be great. We're gonna put these characters in the remake, you better pay attention. Why? But it's not even the fact that it had a story that bothered me with Stranger in Paradise. What bothered me with Stranger in Paradise is that it took itself incredibly serious with some of the worst writing I've ever seen in a video game. Like, it's so incredibly serious. The fate of all humanity and life on Earth and, like, God and everything. Like, the ending of that game is one of the most serious endings I've ever seen. And everything leading up to the serious ending is chaos. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, how are we supposed to take any of this serious? Is that either be serious or don't? But, like, good lord. How am I supposed to... Like, what am I supposed to feel during that end cutscene? Not to mention, they literally put the end cutscene in the trailer of the game. The trailer had the very last thing you see before the credits roll. How am I supposed to take any of this serious? The dude literally puts ear pods in at one point. It's ridiculous. That's fine. If you want to have a silly story, fine, but then don't make me question my existence at the end of the game. Like, that's too much. That's what Irish. And then it's like, buy the DLC so you can see what happens in the story. But I thought this was a goof story. Like, now you're gonna try to force me to buy the DLC? Like, is it that hard to just have a story that's, like, fun, and then in the DLC just focus on the gameplay? Instead of just trying to, like, you gotta buy the DLC, you gotta know what happens with this crazy story. Bahamut's here now, I guess. I don't know. Buy it. But, you know, even with the story, like, I enjoyed the gameplay, but they completely ruined the post-game. That's what really killed it for me. I was okay with the story, like, whatever. I didn't play it for the story anyways. I played it because I liked Neo. And the combat was great, but then they completely blew the post-game. And then they expect us to buy DLC to extend the post-game. Like, no, you ruined the post-game. I don't want to spend more money on the post-game. You ruined it. And it's a shame because the post-game, the DLC bosses are actually pretty dope.
Follow my lead.
Do they really have to put these enemies right in front of this guy? I have to fight these things whenever I want to come over here and try the boss. They're so annoying.
Change of plan.
Can't heal or anything. Help. Still, there's a lot to like with Stranger of Paradise, honestly. And I also feel like it was kind of a test. I don't know if they'll ever make another one, but it feels like it was a bit of a test. So if they do make a second one, I'd be interested to see if they make it a lot better. If they learn from their mistakes. Because they had never made a game like that, so I don't expect it to be perfect, you know? Yeah, man. There really was so much potential with that game. It really was like a retelling of Final Fantasy I. It could have been like really interesting. And if the post-game had been thought out a bit more, it could have been a game that I'd still be playing now. Like, there's so much potential in that post-game. And the way you change classes is really fun, and the combat itself is fun. The music was pretty good too. Had some remake, or what do you call it? I guess remixes of like a bunch of different Final Fantasy songs. No, like, they're, like, completely remixed, because they combine some, too. Like, some of the songs have, like, a song from Final Fantasy V combined with one from 2, and it's, like, all one song. Really interesting. Did some cool stuff. Alright, here we go. The only thing I really need to get rid of is my Earth Resistance stuff. I might actually do, like, Power Glove, because I remember this guy. Part of the thing with this guy is you need to do enough damage to kill him, because he can heal. So you have to kind of, you can't just focus on defense. You have to do a lot of damage too. I can't believe this is the song we get for this fight. Alright, we're a little squishy here, but let's give it a shot. I love the song. It's just funny because, like, we're about to walk into the hardest fight in the game, and it's like elevator music. let's do it.
Show no fear. Don't get predictable.
So, I do remember some of this fight, because like I said, it's one of my favorite fights. I remember a lot of this being, he gets stronger the lower his health bar gets. So the lower his health bar gets, the more he heals. And he does this aura thing where you can't hit him. So all you can do is buff. I only have one synergist, so this might be kind of yikes. When he does that, he like heals. And you kind of have to like go full aggression, or else he's just gonna out heal you. I don't think you can hinder him when he's in this either. I know he has one move that you straight up half the turtle. He'll die a horrible death. Can he be slowed? He can be poisoned too. Slow should help a lot, I would imagine. Man, he does that a lot. That gets rid of his stagger too. Yeah, so this fight's really cool because it's a much more about optimizing your damage. You can't just kind of survive like you can do in a lot of the other fights. Might have to bring Hope in instead of Fang. Desperately need like better buff capabilities.
This is the real deal. Here you go. Follow my lead.
I can't get my debuffs on him quick enough. He's not taking any debuffs.
Change of plans. Thanks.
I've definitely heard a lot more Nomura equals bad within the last like 4 or 5 years. It's kind of wild. Like, I do get like I get the sentiment, but games are made by so many people. There's so many things that go into the game that it just is like kind of insane to say that.
Don't back down. Thanks. Let's make this easy.
My weapon is made for debuffs to work better, and I still can't hit him. Actually staggered him though. I wonder if I should just High Wind, because he's obviously gonna Aura right away. I wonder if I should just High Wind the second I stagger him.
Here we go. All right.
Oh god, he's giving himself more buffs now. And he's getting rid of mine. And I can't hit any of mine. He doesn't have a ton of health in terms of like how much damage we're doing. Like it looks like the Genji glove is probably totally useless. No, that's the point.
Here we go.
No, but we're gonna give this a shot. We were too close not to at least try it. Come on. Come on. Okay, that hurts. That hurts a lot. No!
You can't be serious.
Yeah, I think poison is pretty big. I need to take... I want to keep the Genji glove on Fang just in case High Wind does a lot of damage, but I need to take this off her. And probably just give her this. Ruby Royal. Need to change this to that. As much as I hate to say it, I need to take Lightning out. Like she's, even though she's my strongest member, she doesn't do any of the things I need. Try to get a High Wind off. See how much damage it does.
Finally, a real challenge. Thank you.
Come on. Bro, it's just crazy how hard it is to just hit him with anything. I think what's cool about this guy is like how wild he is. It feels like he's just this wild beast that can't be tamed. But I don't like that he's just kind of a retread of enemies we've already fought. But for what it is, he's still kind of cool. Slow would hit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really. Like, I think I just need to try to hit him with. Try to hit him with Imperil and then just attack because I don't have time to do anything else. Poison. Like, I don't have enough time to hit it. Half the time I can't even get in peril. It also seems pretty random how much time he gives you. So you just kind of have to take the L sometimes. Glad it defaults to Imperil. That's looking good. No. Having lightning on healing is helping a lot. You actually get to like full health before you start stacking again. Whoa, whoa, okay. You got wrecked. No. What is that garbage? I hope his defending isn't based on like changing paradigms. That's almost what it feels like. It seems like every time I change my paradigm, you defend.
I gotta do everything.
I'm in phase 2 here. Come on, Imperil. I don't think I stagger him if I don't get Imperil. Seems to be giving us some more time though. I don't like this phase where he destroys our buffs.
Thank you.
Look at that heal.
Appreciate it.
hit him with slow at least. Yo, Chrono! The tier 3 26 months, is that an upgrade? Were we already tier 3? I don't remember. Oh man, thank you so much. Oh my god, I finally hit it. Anyone see how much damage that did? Yo, my man, that is so incredible. Thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. We gotta be cooking now. Thank you so much, dude. Can I pause to see damage numbers? Yeah, kinda. Alright, everyone look. Also on. I was gonna say everybody look and see if see what the damage is. But... I mean, his health bar is going down, so... Oh my god, look at that heal. He's healing for 30k now. No. I definitely think that I should use High Wind if I get the chance. But I don't think I'm going to get the chance very often. Ooh, we got poison. Can I slow him? Kill me. Kill me, that hurts. Yeah, this is such a unique fight, because, like I said, it's not really about just surviving like every other fight in the game. Trying to just maximize damage, but yeah, you have to be able to outdamage his heal. That's the big thing. You get a few seconds to buff up, and then you have to be able to do enough damage to outpace him. I don't think we're doing enough damage, because we're not even at the halfway point yet. And he heals more. The lower his health bar is, the more he heals. So I don't think we're doing enough. I think we're going to be stuck at this part of this health bar forever. So I wanted to see if maybe I could hit like a big high wind if it would make a difference, but it never gives me enough time. Try disaster. Or I might die trying. Stop knocking me over. That was like super risky, but I just wanted to see if I could hit him. We haven't even seen his big move yet. His health bar is going down still. But for how long? Hurry up. 155,000 is what I did there. Not even that much.
Kidding me?
Definitely more than my other attacks, but it might even be better to just do regular attacks than to try to hit a high wind. Depending on how much damage they do. I wish I could have seen like the chunk of the health bar there, but I died right afterwards. Alright, well. It's looking like one more week, which I'm totally okay with. Especially since after Hollow Month, I'm not ready to jump into 14 yet. I mean, I am, but it'll be nice to have one more week of 13 before jumping into the craziness. So it's looking like we'll probably want to grind a little bit. I don't really have any equipment to grind. I could probably get rid of the Genji glove if I'm not gonna high wind. But I could definitely level up some more of my defensive stuff. And I could also level up this Warrior's Wristband into a Power Glove to help Lightning's damage. But really, I think I just need to CP grind for just base stats, because I just don't do enough. Alright. That will be it for Final Fantasy XIII today. Next week, we go on the super grind to beat that boss. I'm honestly kind of excited, because like I said, I do really like that boss. He's a fun boss. He has a cool gimmick, so excited to get into that next week. But for now, we gotta say goodbye to YouTube. So YouTube, thank you so much for watching the Final Fantasy XIII Let's Play. We had a lot of good discussion today, so I look forward to reading your comments about all the stuff we talked about today. We will see you in the next episodes.